In a house so loud, 3 boys running around. A baby girl so sweet, life's a hectic beat.
Hello, welcome back to our lovely chaos.
How's it going, everybody?
So, we are back at it again.
Episode 2.
On our second episode. It's been a while since we recorded our first. I want to say maybe a few months back. No, actually, I think a year.
It hasn't been a year.
No? Okay. Well, obviously, it took us a while to get back on track.
But there's a lot
that was happening
information.
There was a lot going behind scenes, let's just say that. I got a day job for many reasons, and then I also kept going with the internship. I don't know if I spoke about it, but I also, the starting of this year, started
another internship,
and I started working with a director, so that was fun. That is fun. And then Eric started doing his side stuff with
a production company.
Which that's also exciting. Which talk about it. You know.
Well, you explain the director first.
He's so horrible at just talking about himself, but basically, let's just put it that he's there to learn as much as possible. That is exactly what it is. But
you're supposed to talk about your stuff, and then I'll talk about mine.
Okay. Anyway, so what I'm doing, I'm still helping Jeff Olin with Rollin' with Olin, still producing. We are doing great. There's so much I've learned from just being able to produce this podcast. I just did an episode, the last episode we did.
Mm-hmm.
It's already...
She was the host.
Yes. No, I was not the host. I was the guest. And it was really exciting, and I was kind of nervous, even though I've done a lot of other stuff. I'm not really one to be that shy to be on camera or behind a mic, but
because she's so pretty,
just being on the same camera with Jeff Olin, which is a very known casting director in Hollywood, it was kind of a little intimidating. But you guys should check out the episode of me and Jeff on Rollin' with Olin. And my second internship I'm currently in is with Yara Estrada Lowe. She is a director. She is an amazing director. She actually made a movie that is actually on Prime Amazon called Demise. Also check it out, guys.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
It's more of the thriller, like psychological thriller to some extent.
Yeah.
So it's a little, I don't want to say creepy, but it's a good movie. It's
a really good movie, guys. Check it out. And so and motherhood, and obviously back on content creation. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've noticed that I've posted so much more. I'm back on it, and I'm here to stay and make it grow. So that's what I've been up to. What have you been up to? Now, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. So I'm still doing my notary stuff. That's so far the main thing. However, I did start, like we were saying, I started working with the production company. So that's pretty fun. They're literally putting up LED walls, audio, lighting, what else? I don't know, but it's really fun. It's really cool. Unfortunately, I have been away from physical labor for so long. I came home super tired.
He was hurting for the first few days. Yeah. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it was a mission, but it was fun. It was from 7 to 7.
Yeah,
I got there at 7, got back at 7. We live in Rancho, so the drive was to Huntington Beach. Yeah, I've never been that tired in a long time. And I mean, I'm pretty good. Like I don't get super tired quick. I'm always like on my feet. But yeah, that was something else. And I have a messed up knee right now, so it was not pretty. It was not pretty at all.
To add to everything, but with all this, we kind of decided for today's topic to be about us learning how to handle all these things that we're doing on top of homeschooling our kids, on top
so it's about the balance between working.
Yeah.
She said content creation, since obviously she got...
Yeah, content creation.
She jumped on that.
And...
Again.
And work and all our responsibilities and obligations.
Being parents to the kids.
Yeah.
And Millie the dog.
And
last episode we did talk about the chickens. We had chickens.
Oh yeah, we had chickens.
Unfortunately, they
didn't make it.
They didn't make it. One by one, they're just like dropping like flies.
It's okay. Eventually, we'll have a farm. In our future, we'll have our ranch, and our chickens will hopefully live happily ever after. But anyway, so what do you think has been our secret sauce, like they say, to balancing kids, work, and all our responsibilities?
I mean, the communication. Usually it's like, talking to each other and scheduling. Although sometimes I can be really bad at scheduling because, as a notary, sometimes they're like last minute signings that pop up and it's like, oh crap, like they want to sign right now.
Yeah.
So that can be a little difficult. Yeah,
but I think overall our secret sauce, I would say, is communication. And not only communication, but we don't stress ourselves about being perfect parents. I think when you try to be such a perfect parent and raise perfect kids, and obviously I'm trying to raise as perfect as I can of a child, but I'm not stressing about it. Yeah, no kid is perfect. And honestly, not because they're my kids, but they're really good kids. They're smart kids. And I think we've made that happen because we communicate.
Don't get us wrong. Obviously, they get into their trouble. It's the reason why it's called Our Lovely Chaos, because
they are chaotic.
It's chaotic.
It is chaotic.
There's a lot of screaming. Obviously, we're not like screaming parents, but sometimes you do gotta raise your voice a little bit.
Yeah, we do. But okay, one of the questions I get a lot is, how do we homeschool our kids, or what made us homeschool our kids? Do you want to start? You want me to start on that?
You go ahead.
Okay, so we decided to homeschool our kids because our oldest was going to a public school. Nothing wrong with public schools, right? I think everybody has their own beliefs, their own idealisms, and their way of viewing education, right?
And this was all right before COVID.
Yeah, and this was right before COVID. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise for us when it came to the education.
COVID kind of pushed us more
of our oldest child. So he was going to school, and during that time, it was maybe like a year or two before COVID, but during that time he went to preschool.
It was literally a year.
Oh yeah? Oh.
TK. Well, because he did kindergarten online.
Yeah. And so he went, and honestly, my child was going to school, and I was starting to get called, and I was starting to, be on the spectrum, basically, us as parents, but also him as our child, of having difficulties of learning disabilities, right? And so when I was younger, I was told that I had learning disabilities. My parents were told that I had learning disabilities, and I think the reason why it was because first language that was spoken in my home was Spanish. So when I went to school, English was gonna be my second language, so it was kind of hard, and my parents didn't know any English, so obviously it was normal for me to have a difficulty at the beginning, but I think because I was labeled as that, I grew up thinking like, oh, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good enough in a sense to speak English, right? And that actually, I think, became a trauma for me. So that was my first red flag when they told me that about my kid. I was like, you know what? No, and I try to keep him a year longer, a few months. And
it was only a few, we didn't even last the whole year.
Yeah.
Well, we finished off the year, obviously.
Yeah, and
But then we pushed. I laughed. I'm sorry, I did. But we went to a parent-teacher conference, and it was just us two. I don't think Julian was there. Right?
No, he wasn't there.
I think he was outside or something.
No, he was actually. He was actually writing or coloring or something like that.
But it was us two and the teacher, and she was like basically saying like, "Oh, well, he's not doing so well. So maybe you guys need to stop." Or she asked about like what other language was spoken at home. We're like, "Well, we teach him Spanish, like full, you know." And then she said, "Well, back in my day, mind you, what was her last name? Sanchez."
Yeah.
But she was like older
that was
lady.
Extremely sad. Like.
Yeah. And she's like, "Well, maybe you should stop speaking English. I'm sorry, you should stop speaking Spanish to him and just focus on English."
And I was like, "Excuse me? No, we're not. Like, Spanish."
Actually, you didn't even say anything.
Actually, I didn't say anything. She turned to me. She turned to Eric.
Hold on.
Oh.
So yeah, so like now, like what are you talking about? It's like, oh yeah, because back in my day, I used to get in trouble for speaking Spanish. I guess her parents came over from Mexico, and then she was born here, and it was during that time because, like I said, she's older. And then out of nowhere, she just kind of turns to me and says, looks at me and says, "Does your wife speak English?"
And I was like, "Excuse me?"
I just looked over at Natalie, and
I was like,
I didn't laugh.
I responded
I didn't laugh then, but it just got into my head.
Now he laughs, but I was
it
like,
was pretty funny.
No, I said, I was like, "Of course I speak English and I speak it perfectly." And she was like, "Oh, well, I just thought." I was like, "Well, don't be thinking, well, that was my last straw, right?" I just felt like I was having to, as someone was trying to dictate how I had to educate my kid. And if anybody's going to dictate how I educate my kid, it's going to be me. So I told my husband, we're going to homeschool. And he was like, okay. And probably a few months later, COVID hit. And I was like, this is my sign. Like, it's time to homeschool. And like this, like, we're not giving an option. We're going to homeschool. And I'm not going to lie, guys, it was not easy the first year. It was horrible. He cried, we cried. Obviously we're not teachers, we're not professionals, but
I mean, luckily during that time, obviously they figured it out, so we didn't really have to do much of the teaching. It was done with the teacher.
But just having him home, it was very intense.
Yeah, obviously the transition was hard. He didn't want to focus the first few times because obviously being home, obviously it's like, oh, there's TV and we'll turn it on. Oh, let me go get my toys. Play.
Yeah, it was really hard, but eventually we mastered it. I want to say it got to a point where we got so good that we were able to travel, and he was in school. We were able to go to places like you guys know Eric's a notary, so he'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to a signing here. Like, you guys want to go?" And I'd be like, "Yeah,
I'm going to the beach."
And or we're going to the beach. So he would literally have class at the beach, so we love that.
Or even they can do it on the phone.
Yeah, and we love that. So we decided to just do it after that for all our kids. And honestly, the second oldest, which is Iker, has amazed me. And Eric,
this is his first year.
Yeah, and he
school
is
period.
The smartest kid.
Technically, he's lost because he's in first grade, and not that he lost. Like, how usually they're supposed to go in at preschool and kindergarten, and then first grade.
Yeah.
Well, I dropped the ball, and I kept calling. I was like, "Hey, I want to sign up my kid to the same online school," and they're like, "Okay, well, you have to call once you sign up." Or your oldest, you have to add his name in too, like register it. Well, that didn't happen. I didn't do that because I misunderstood. I thought she said I had to wait till the next year. So that's where I'm saying he technically lost.
Well, it doesn't matter.
But they said legally they don't have to go to preschool or kindergarten. They can just go to first grade.
And I honestly thought it was going to affect him. I was like, well, he's probably going to be behind.
He's not going to understand.
No, this kid is so smart. Like,
this kid finishes his homework on the first day. Yes, and he literally just goes to class every day.
Yeah, and he does math, like incredible math problems that Eric. I'm not the greatest at math, but Eric.
Well,
is good.
he picks it up fast.
But
he's not doing like multiplication already or anything like that. No, but he's picking it up really fast.
But he's doing math to a level that we haven't taught him. the school has taught him, but we didn't teach him anything, and he went in there knowing more than we expected.
True. Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
And even Alec, he wants to see what they're doing, so he wants to.
So I
think
just
he's ready
think
for school too. So next year,
I always say, monkey see, monkey do. So I think kids learn from each other, even the good things and the bad things, but those habits start to, you know, be passed down. And when you have control, I know it sounds like a little harsh, but when you have control of their environment as far as their education, there is a difference, you know.
In our opinion, yes.
In our opinion, yeah. Everybody, I mean, you maybe have a different story, and maybe yours was a successful story in the public school or a private school.
Because obviously we know being able to homeschool is it's hard for
and mind you, our oldest
especially
does
as everybody, you know.
Yeah, and our oldest,
2-income households, like, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, of course. And mind you, my oldest is in a academy, like a basketball academy, so he still physically goes to like an academy, and he does.
But that's more to like workout, so I mean they still do the online.
But what I'm
schooling.
saying is like he's still having some type of activity and social gathering, you know, so it's not like they're just strictly homeschooled. And yeah, his grades are incredible now. He is a very smart kid as well, so yeah, it's been a great experience. So I mean, it's not for everybody, like Eric just said, you know, but it did work for us, you know. And now how do we balance that with your job and school, because we're both in school? So how do you feel that
you're about to graduate? And
I'm about to graduate, guys, so applause for myself. But a pat, or was it a pat in the back?
Pat on the back.
But what do you feel has made us get this far with having such a chaotic family? Because you guys, I mean, if you really live with us, Jesus Christ, they are something else. They, especially Eliana, but
she makes all of them cry.
Yeah, she does.
Pinches. She jumps on them.
Yeah.
Earlier today she was pulling Julian's hair, and that was just a show.
Yeah, but what do you think has made you be able to be present, do school, be a husband, be a father, be all of the above?
Well, I'm Superman.
No, you're not. You wished. You wished.
Well, like we said earlier, just literally scheduling and just letting you know everything that's on my plate. Because obviously, like I said, I mean, it's kind of hard to schedule when sometimes you don't even know your schedule. The cool part about having that other job is they tell you when it's scheduled, so that's kind of a plus. That does bring stability a little bit.
I think, in my perspective, because Eric's a little humbled to even say it, but I think he just has his shit together. When I mean that, because he doesn't have everything together, but what I mean by that is he's a very patient person when it comes to his kids.
Very patient.
He's very patient. He's very patient with homework. He's very patient with school. He thrives, seeing them succeed academically. And I think him being able to balance work, and that has been his secret sauce. And school, obviously he's going to school, but
that one I tend to do a lot at night.
Yeah, he tends to do that at night, so he tries to like break it down. So I think that with organizing those 3 things in his life, obviously he has me squeezed in there, but I think I believe that has made him that recipe to understand like how to deal with all that. And with me, I think it's been that I don't let anything stop me. So with that being said, I'm not the most patient person. Believe me, I'm not. I have a lot of flaws, and I know that too.
No, mi amor, you're perfect.
But I think what makes this secret sauce to our lovely chaos is that I enjoy the chaos. I enjoy being able to be present for my kids, yet being in that hectic environment with them, meaning like if I have to go to school and nobody can take care of my kids, I will take my kids to school. Obviously I'm not going to leave them in the car, so I'll take Eric with me, so we're all going to school. And you know what we'll do? I'll go into class depending between 2 to 4 hours, and they'll just explore Hollywood. Literally, they'll explore Hollywood, and they love it.
Well, obviously, I mean, you have somebody to take care of your kids. It's me.
Well, I meant to say like a babysitter.
Well, obviously.
So
I guess what you were trying to explain is if we were both busy, obviously we would find something or some way to be able to get the kids taken care of.
No, yeah, that's a given.
Because I mean, obviously, there's some times where there are some signings that if nobody, like right now, my parents are in
Mexico,
Michoacan,
living their best life.
Yeah, they went to Guanajuato for a wedding, for my cousin's wedding. Now they're allá en el rancho, just chilling because they have another party in Guadalajara. What did I tell you on Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, my mom's out the picture. And my suegra sometimes, you know, she has stuff to do.
Yeah, she has stuff to do. She has her side other stuff that she does, like take care of my brother's niece and nephew. Wait, what did I say? Niece and nephew?
Your brother's niece and nephew?
Oh God, it's too late of the night. What are they? My brother's daughter and son. Oh my God, guys, no. So she'll take care of them, right?
And we stopped drinking for a year, so you can, you know, she's not drunk.
I'm not drunk. Silly me.
Well, we just started not drinking. Well,
yeah.
We didn't actually.
So that's a whole
that.
Other story, huh?
Yeah.
But
that story, we haven't even talked about that.
What story?
About you getting sick.
Oh yeah, but that's for another podcast. Right now we're talking.
That's true. Okay, that's the next episode, guys.
Yeah, let's just say I got really sick at the beginning of the year, and that had a great impact in who I am becoming as of today. And it's not always bad to go through a transformation like that. Sometimes we need it, guys. Sometimes we truly need it. But I think that is the way we kind of, handle our situation, deal with it, manage it. And like I said, I was giving that example because we do that with a lot of things, right? We do that if like, hey, I have to go to
so yeah, if I have signings, they'll go with me.
Yeah, or like if I have
nothing to
do,
do,
or if I have work, or if I have recording, or if I have anything to do with my internships, then we work around it.
Like yesterday, she was the model for the cameras.
We try to figure out between the two of us, right? Like, I think that's what makes a family successful. And by what I mean successful, it means a happy family filled with understanding, communication, and love. You need to be in communication with your partner. You need to have that relationship with your partner in order to understand and obviously make a great family out of it, because you guys did decide to have a family together, and it doesn't just stop at that, right? Like, it's all fun and games until you pop out a baby, and then you have to communicate how to, navigate life.
Like, even for the ones that don't stay together, I mean, you still have to communicate.
Yeah, like communication.
Unless you're really not good co-parents, well, I mean,
yeah, but
somehow you still have to, some way you still communicate.
Yeah,
for their well-being.
Sorry, but communication is key, and I think it doesn't. Like, it's sometimes hard, but it's also very easily when you start to do it, and you gotta learn how to listen to each other, and not like
brush them off.
Yeah, that was exactly the word I was thinking. Do not brush them off. Understand where they're coming from. Understand what their needs are, what they're trying to translate to you, because believe it or not, your kids see that, your kids understand that, your kids feel that. So I think overall,
that's very important.
Huh?
I said that's very important.
Yeah,
be
overall,
positive.
this is what you are introducing into your kid's heart and brain. You know, how you two communicate, how you guys built this life is how these kids will remember, you know, about themselves. There's a little part of their identity that is being built through that right now, you know, and I think we all can kind of relate to that when it comes to that. So yeah, like, life is hectic, life is a chaos,
life is lifing,
and you know, I'm creating content now much more than I was before. It has not been easy, especially with having to do my interns and then having to be a mom, having to be a wife, keeping the house clean. It is not easy. And running errands,
I struggled. I suck at house cleaning.
And I don't.
I mean, like she said, she was doing 3 months.
Yeah, I was.
So
working,
October, November, December,
I was
January, February. Oh my goodness, February. 5. Oh my goodness,
yeah,
5 months.
I was working at an escrow office as a
escrow / title company.
Yeah, title company.
Technically, title company / 2 escrow offices.
Yeah, it was amazing. Shout out to SoCal, Epic, and Craft. They were great to me.
Well, you got to kind of explain that a little bit. SoCal title company, escrow,
no, I don't.
Epic escrow, and Craft escrow.
They understand who they are. They were amazing to me. They were great. I left a lot, or I made a lot of new friends, a lot of relationships that, you know, are
we still
now,
see them.
Yeah, we still see them, that are dear friends to us now, or to me. You know, and yeah, but what is another thing that you think has helped us accomplish all of our goals so far?
Love.
Why do you say love? I was not expecting that answer at all.
Because we love each other. You know, they say love is the cornerstone of anything.
Well, I know that. I mean, I would say God.
Oh, God too. I mean, love and God.
I think God, guys.
Yeah, actually, we've been aligning ourselves more in God's path.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, we're not going to church for obvious reasons, because right now, no, these kids would not be able to. Unless
you guys know of a church where I can go and my kids go at it.
Well, Catholic church, obviously we're Catholic.
Yeah, Catholic church, and nobody will look at me oddly weird. Let me know.
Even in the kids area, obviously you don't really see 4 kids anymore. Maybe you see 2, 3 before.
Yeah.
Especially like their age that they're at right now, it's like it's not the easiest ages.
It's not. Sometimes I have to grab courage just to go to the store. Let me tell you that. Lots of courage.
Yeah, it's fun.
I have one running one aisle, I have the other one running the other one.
I mean, obviously I think it's easier for me to some extent because I'm
you're the authority.
Well, yeah. Think about it. Like,
but yes, I think God has been what has made our goals in life so successful, and our marriage, because we started a journey of being more successful, being more this, but I think in order to get there you have to spiritually be aligned. And you can believe in whatever you want to believe. I'm not here to tell you have to be Catholic, you have to be Christian, you have to be anything. I just think you have to believe in something greater than yourself. You have to believe that, you know, there's a higher
power.
There's a higher power, right? And I think that's one of the greatest things about me and Eric, that we are on the same page about that. That, you know,
and I feel we've been doing a really good job, because now the kids know before we eat, we have to pray.
Yeah, we have to pray. We always have to be grateful. We always have to, you know, give thanks for everything we have. That way they learn to appreciate the little things, the big things, you know, the big wins, the losses, everything. So, yeah, we just went on a spiritual journey. I've become very, very spiritual with God. I say we are in the journey of becoming besties, or I think we are besties at this point. I pray every day. I pray at night. I pray in the mornings. I pray while I drive. I pray when, something great happens to me. I pray when I'm sad. I pray when I'm happy. I pray when I'm angry. I pray at all times, and I just ask him for clarity, and I ask him, if where I'm at and where I'm feeling is for a purpose, just for him to enlighten me and give me, the understanding of why it's happening. And he always comes through.
Always comes through.
Yeah. And I think, you weren't so wrong with love, right? Like, love can only be present if you have God, because God is love. So, we've been together for a long time, and hasn't always been easy. We've had our ups and downs.
It's gonna be 13 years.
A lot of people.
In a few weeks. It's gonna be 13 years in a few weeks that we've been together. Or, as a relationship, married, it'll be 7 in December.
Eric sounds so monotone when he talks. Let him just get comfortable, and then we won't shut him up.
I know.
But yeah, so I was just he's like, we're gonna be 13. I'm like, don't be so excited about it. Math. But you don't sound so excited about it. But I think even in our toughest of times, it's never been bad. It's just been a growing learning experience. He's laughing because he's like, not for you.
Seriously. Get out of here. I don't want to see you.
Who hasn't, right? We are women. We are hormonal. We are, we go through shit. And it's okay, but that doesn't mean that we won't get tired if shit don't go our way, and eventually just clock out. Anyways, but I think, we are doing a great job having our kids, believe that they have to believe in something. They have to believe in God. They have to believe that, he is always there for them. And I see it, my kids at all times. We pray. The smallest one, Eliana, we are sitting on the table now, and she's like, pray. Before, or like she sees somebody touching their fridge, she's like, pray. And I'm like,
it's so cute. After we pray, she says, Amen. Akome.
And it's like, oh my gosh, she's so freaking cute. And then, she'll go and like sock one of her brothers. It's just like, where's Jesus, girl? Where's Jesus? So, yeah, guys, like, I think if you guys want to start making a change in your life, it starts with God. It starts with reading his word, learning about him, because I think that is what people sometimes don't understand, that when you read the Bible, you learn that his life was not easy, right? And the journey he went through was not easy, and he was the Son of God, and even then his faith never like failed, or it never stopped, towards believing that everything was going to be okay, that everything was happening for a purpose. And I think that's why we are where we at right now, and our marriage. And like I said, we're not perfect. I know a lot of people think we are. I'm just kidding. But I can proudly say that we are a couple that is a model, I guess, to what being,
we
putting
do get
God
those
first.
type of comments that we do pretty good for ourselves.
Yeah,
relationship wise,
I would say yes, but he gets me mad sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I get extremely mad.
Yeah, but then again, I am a carbohol before Navalos, and it's not trying to make a bad name for carbohols, but we do have our attitude. And
I don't think it's an attitude. I think it's like a way of life.
What do you think has been also like something that has made our marriage stay for so long?
My patience. Like I said, yeah.
Yeah, that I give it to you. Okay, what do you think has made our marriage withstand all these drastic change, all these life changes, all
well, like we
these
said,
career
communication
changes.
and love, and God, obviously, because I mean, what else could it be? I can't say I have a magic wand or I've been drugging you, or you know what I mean, like like communication and patience.
And patience. Yeah, sounds about right. I would say, yeah. That is our key. That is our secret sauce. Like the one from In and Out, right? What they call
That does sound good.
But yeah, like guys, like I said, we just want to let you guys all know that if you're thinking about doing something in life, like taking a career change, starting a new business,
Do it.
I don't know. Yeah, do it. But I don't know. What's another thing?
I'll be Emperor Palpatine. Do it.
Do it, guys. Like, as long as you have God, do it. If you have children, don't think
With God,
about
anything is possible.
Yeah, and it might be like, well, it sounds easy to you. No, it was not easy. It was not easy at all, and it continues to not be easy.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that I try to look at the positive of everything, the positive of like why we're doing this, why we're here, why God put this this dream in us, like overall, I think there's a message for everyone, right? And I think we're here to give that message of like, it's never too late, because we're not the youngest. I mean, now that I'm doing all this, I honestly have never felt younger.
Well, but a lot of people always say like, no, I'm too old, but they're, you know, like our age, we're 33. Like, it's too old to make a career change. It's not. I don't think it's ever, or not even a Colonel
career
Sanders
change. Just
didn't start Kentucky Fried Chicken until he was, what was it, 49? Actually, I think it was like 53.
Okay.
Warren Buffett didn't become a millionaire until he was 56, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like I could not. I mean, I don't know why you would make chicken at 49, but it worked.
Why not? I mean, it was his passion.
That was his passion. Yeah,
Probably.
See?
I mean,
some people want to make fried chicken, and some people want to be the next president. It's never too late, guys. Never too late. I think, like I said, this is like our message is, you know, you can live through the chaos, love what you're living, whether sometimes it might not be the greatest things that you are going through. Maybe it's, you know, your health, maybe it's your mental health, maybe it's your financial status, or your financial, what is it, like
health?
No, your financial health
struggle.
Yeah, your financial struggles, your relationship, your atmosphere, the people around you, your ambience. There's so many things, but
that's for another episode too.
That's for another episode. But I think, like I said, our message is that you need to
be able to
make
balance
a life
everything.
change.
You have to, you know, really communicate and be have your head on, because if you let go of the vision, then you wander off the path.
Yeah, I used to have this shirt that used to say, not even, well, that you said that right, but I used to have
not
this
all
shirt.
Those who wander
are lost.
Wander
are lost. And I honestly think that, like, sometimes you may feel lost, but that doesn't mean, I mean, a lot of you may be wondering or wandering. That doesn't mean you're lost. You're literally trying to find yourself, and you're about to find yourself. You just gotta believe. You just have to have faith. You have to pray on it. You gotta believe in yourself. Like, I heard once, like, this thing about on a story, and Chiki was talking about how she believed of herself as an upper power, as herself looking at herself, if that makes any sense. So, like,
an out of body experience.
I don't know if that's what she technically meant, but I think she meant,
that's
like,
what that is.
Oh, it is? Okay. But I interpreted it like she was seeing that there was, like, somebody, her higher self, or her higher power, right? The higher power, sorry, was actually her, and she was able to just, like, talk to that person and be like, hey, you know, I want this. And, like, your higher self will make that possible, you know, and believe that your higher self is going to make that happen. And obviously your higher self is God, because God lives within you. I don't know if I made any sense, but I kind of felt like sometimes we gotta just believe in ourselves, believe in God within ourselves, and things will happen. And like, don't worry about the chaos, because the chaos is what makes this journey beautiful. Once you're sitting there when you're old, you're gonna be like, oh my God, my
it's
journey
not the
was,
destination, it's the journey.
yeah, your life is gonna look so beautiful, so radiant, full of great things, bad things, but the journey is what you're gonna remember, you know. So yeah, guys, I think this is it for our second podcast. Do you want to say anything before we leave?
Bye. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, guys.
No, but yeah, we're actually gonna be on track now. Well, how often?
I'm
are
not
we
giving
gonna,
him an option,
how
but we'll be
often are we gonna
posting new
post?
episodes every Friday. If you don't want to hear it, it's fine. Just share it. Share it. You know, like,
if you know anybody that, you know, that needs that,
yeah,
you know, happiness,
that maybe that
extra
little motivation.
motivation.
I mean, I don't know how motivational we can be, but, or they just need to have like a cheat sheet, maybe. Or we're those people, you know. Maybe
obviously we know there's more
people.
people with more kids, obviously, and they handle a lot more, but we're trying to be that voice as well.
Yeah,
that, you know, it is possible.
Yeah, it is possible, guys. Anything is possible through your lovely chaos. Our lovely chaos are our 4 kids, our 2 dogs. 2 dogs.
Oh yeah.
And our poor chickens that are now in heaven. But they are our angels now. But yeah, guys, thank you for hearing us out. And remember, I don't know, what should we say at the end?
Oh.
Life is beautiful through the chaos.
Leah.
Life is always beautiful through the chaos.
Our
Bye.
lovely chaos.
Bye.